back. He's back! You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 5th. It's May. It's 2025. So there's a lot of fives going on there in today's calendar. So I got a lot of ground to cover here. I was waiting on two people that I offered to jump into the live stream. I didn't give them any notice. It was just spur of the moment type thing. And I just posted a video on one of my channels. I got a lot of channels now. It's crazy. I wish I could consolidate them all into one. You know what I mean? But I can't. So is what it is. At any rate, let's jump into the chat real quick. No notification. It happens. It is what it is. I've been doing a lot of live streams, and holy smokes, indeed, will be part of the topic because I'm noticing an escalation here, and I figured it out. Pretty much think I figured it out. But I got a couple of things I got to do right off the bat before I forget. So let me share the screen real quick, see if I can do this correctly. Yeah, that's it. Stand by. You got to bear with me. This is not second nature like it used to be. So check this out. I told you I was going to do a giveaway of those two books, right? Well, I didn't feel like making a list, and I'm not going to make a list. Here's what we're going to do. Right here, right now, I'm going to spin the wheel, and whatever comment that I stop on that says I'm in, you win. There you go. I just did it. Isn't that amazing? Gavin-Q, this guy right here, Gavin QH7LI. That looks like a periodic element right there. But Gavin QH7LI, you just won Confusion in Christianity. Oh, you already have it. Then why would you be in? I already have it, but I'm in. All right, so you're out. Never mind. You can't. K9 Cast, you just won because that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't. Yeah, people are the best. How about that? You know what, Gavin? I'll give you Confusion in the Chaos. Confusion in the Cosmos. My bad. You're causing chaos and freaking me out. So we're just gonna go with that. How's that? Easy enough, right? Done and done. Email me at rjcjr10@yahoo.com, and I'll get your mailing address and I'll send it. How's that? That was easy, right? That makes sense. Because making a list of 1,500 people or whatever it is ridiculous. So that was just easier. And yeah, you're not in. That's not see that? You're in. No, you're not. So there it is. Look at this. I'm in. What are you even talking about? This is insane. Insane. It makes no sense to me. We're the awake ones. That's great. We gotta, at any rate. All right. Let me jump into this real quick because I want to see if anybody else is experiencing this right now, because one of my subscribers just sent this to me, and this is happening right now. For whatever reason, over Vicksburg, Mississippi, one of these Blackhawks just buzzed one of my subscribers' houses. He said it came so close to his house it almost crashed. But according to the news, it's not a problem. It's all good. It's all good because residents can expect to see an increased military and helicopter activity through May 10th as part of a large-scale U.S. Army training exercise involving the 101st Airborne Air Assault, which is what I did. Air Assault. That's when you're jumping. That's when they come over your house and 4 dudes come flying out the side they come fast roping. They come down ropes. So you don't hear them. They don't parachute. They just show up. And why on earth they would be doing this over residential neighborhoods? Why on earth would they be flying Blackhawks so close? People think they're going to crash into their house because your government doesn't care about you whatsoever at all. The government is not a government in any way whatsoever at all. I can't really stress that enough. I try, but I can't really stress that enough because we have military bases all over the United States and all over the world for that matter. And what those military bases were designed for and what Posse Comitatus would bind them to was not doing anything over people's houses. Because if this thing falls out of the sky and lands on your house, you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense whatsoever at all unless they're doing training for an event that they're planning. And I hate to say it, but it is what it is. It makes no sense unless it's bad. And that's just pretty much where we're at with that. How awesome is that, man? Yeah, I love you too, as much as I'm possible. Okay, what is this? This isn't a fake. It's Jake in a deep fake. Yeah, I have no idea what. Yeah, why? I see. I never went to live streams and just made comments that made no sense and wasted people's time, because this takes a lot of time and energy. People are stopping right now, hopefully to gain something, and then people are just playing in the comments. I don't get that, man. It actually pisses me off. But to be totally, perfectly, completely transparent, waking up pisses me off. A lot of things piss me off. So I spend most of my time by myself. It is what it is. What's up, Wisconsin farm boy? If you've got military over your house, sending me a link is awesome, but sending me video is even better because everybody can say words. You know what I mean? And with AI now, anybody can just produce make-believe, nonsensical whatever. So you literally have to run it through an AI processor to see if it's fake or not. And the funny thing is Jeff Bezos and his band of 6 witches that went up or didn't do anything. Most of that footage didn't pass the AI test. How pathetic is that? You know what I mean? You're one of the richest guys on earth right now, and you literally can't. I don't know. We're living in a comic book right now. We've been living in a comic book for quite a while, but it is what it is. All right, let me see what else I got here. All right, this guy right here. This just happened, and this is part of the terraforming, because they always seem to be blowing up something that has chemicals or something really bad in it. And the Valero refinery went up this morning, apparently, in Benicia, according to the fire department. They say they've got it under control, but everything was blown across the straits. Straits or streets? I don't know. Maybe they're from Boston too, and that's how they talk. But these guys have been doing this for quite a while. They're basically burning the country down. I told you this a long time ago. With this 5th generation warfare, they're taking out our country bridge by bridge, road by road, food processing facility by food processing facility. And they're doing it with random explosions and fires. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, because people have made lists showing how bad this is. The amount of food processing plants that just get blown off the face of the earth is pretty much the same thing as us going to another country and dropping bombs. But in America, they don't want us to see them dropping the bombs, so they just blow everything up. It's a pretty good system. They've been doing it for a while, and they don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. And the other beautiful thing is they got the weather. They use the weather all the time to completely decimate. And I mean, it's insane. And the bad thing is Mother Nature usually kicks up this time of the year, especially where I live. Anybody on the ocean, East Coast, you know what I'm talking about. We get smoked this time of the year naturally, but with a little help, they can make it much worse. And they do. And you know what I'm talking about. A lot of people are still under the impression that HAARP causes the weather. HAARP makes earthquakes. HAARP, I believe they were trying to blow a hole through the firmament with it originally, but what actually controls the weather is what you're watching right now. Right now. These are all the NEXRAD and Doppler radars you see all over the country. And they tell you it's to forecast the weather. The problem is every time there's a really suspect storm, you'll notice that only certain parts of the country are all lit up. These are the Doppler radars. Most of you already know that. So according to their theory, if these are literally simply to predict the weather, then apparently they don't care what the weather is over here. This is a large part of the country. Drive it. I have. It's huge. But right here where the storms are, yeah. Intensify, steer. They can use these to create a wall and stop a storm or stall a storm or make it go in another direction. And recently we watched them. We had a storm that went from Texas all the way up to Maine, and NextRad was lit up on both sides of it. It was like having bodyguards for the storm. But look at that. That is not natural. And the beauty part is not only does it use the weather to destroy people's property, homes, lives, neighborhoods, entire cities, it's also kicking out a frequency that is not indigenous to this earth. It is not the frequency God put on this earth. So those people that have tinnitus like I do, especially now that I'm home, sleeping in my bedroom sucks. It sucks because it's just so loud. And sometimes it's loud and then it just gets crunchy. I can hear the ringing slightly right now because I'm yammering right now. You know what I mean? And when I'm trying to go to sleep, the ringing is incredibly loud. And sometimes it sounds like broken glass, like a crunching broken glass, certain choppy, I don't know what type of frequency that is. There aren't any Doppler radars on where I live. And I live, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I live right up here. See all this rain up here? It's outside my house right now, which is why I'm live streaming and not at the woods riding my mountain bike. So it's crazy. Yeah, tinnitus, man. I wish we had an actual real record of how many people had tinnitus back when I was a kid, you know? So much time has passed so quickly. And with the government coming out saying they can manipulate time and space and time, yeah, that explains a lot of things because it's kind of like something we've been saying for years because time is just flying by. You wake up and then it seems like 20 minutes later, it's the end of the day already. You know what I'm saying? All the clocks that we have, that's why I wear an automatic watch. There's no batteries, there's no nothing. And this thing wasn't even expensive. I've had two separate people give me Rolexes and I gave them away. I wear a Luminox. It's like $1,200 watch. I've had it for like 5 or 6 years and it's automatic. But otherwise, everybody's clock is on their phone. It's on their stove. I have an atomic clock in my house, so it's supposed to be exactly what time it is. But we don't even know what day it is. We don't even know it's crazy. They've messed with the weather so much. I can't even say emphatically exactly what time it is, what year it is, to be perfectly honest with myself, because we don't know. We don't know. We just don't know. We live in a cartoon, man. We live in an absolute cartoon. So I would imagine. Yeah, me too. That's, you know what? There you go. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'm too old to put up with shenanigans these days. At any rate, odd. Oregon has nothing. Weather changes hourly like Texas. I think weather changes hourly everywhere because everyone says that. Oh, you're in the Ozarks? Just wait 10 minutes. The weather will change. We say the same thing in Massachusetts. They say the same thing on the West Coast. Weather is completely and utterly manufactured now, or so messed up that all the natural rhythm of the earth has got to be completely screwed. Because if half of you are as old as I am, right? You remember that when we were kids, you would catch snowflakes and you could catch them on your glove. You would get them in your hair, so forth and so on. Every single solitary one of them was an incredibly beautiful geometric pattern, and no two of them looked alike. You know, and I'm not saying every single one, but it's not like that anymore. because the frequency of God's word before these guys covered the earth with Wi-Fi and everything else, that was the frequency of creation. Now you've got man-made, well, this crap, and it shows up with snow that looks like, either baseballs or hail, or just, there's no design to them anymore. It looks like, they actually look like magnesium chloride, which is rock salt or ice melt. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't study it. I don't do a script for these things. I just spit it. I'm pretty sure you guys already know that. So I couldn't tell you. I'm guessing it's done. Do you know what Operation Jade Helm was? You should, because it's the first thing I ever did on YouTube besides chemtrails. Answer me that and I'll post it. Go ahead. Do you know what Jade Helm was? Because I do. I'll tell you. I just want to see if you know, or if you're just breaking my balls. Exactly. Wendy knows what I'm talking about. Sometimes it looks like spikes. It does not look natural. Snow used to look like snowflakes, like you'd make in school when you were little, depending on how old you guys are. Because I was born back in the 1900s. Isn't that crazy? I heard some kid say that the other day in the store. Oh, that was back in the 1900s. Keep going. Let the guy that asked the question answer. Let him answer. Don't give him any hints here, because now he's going to be able to cheat. All right. I don't even remember who asked the question. All right. So this is Anna right here. This is my best friend that I've never met. She runs the Richie from Boston fan page. And this woman she's just amazing. I kind of wish I could have met her at some point in this lifetime, but I don't think, no. Okay, here's the answer. Jade Helm, that was the first road trip I ever did to go investigate something that was an internet conspiracy, because that's how I made my bones. Everybody would put up videos about internet conspiracies back in the old days when it was the Wild West. You could post whatever you wanted. I went to Georgia Guidestones. I went to Lovelock Cave. There were giants there. I want to see if I can find anything. I want to see if this was real. Jade Helm was going on, and there was a YouTuber named Professor Doom. And some of you guys may remember him. It was a long time ago. And he ended up getting arrested for something. Life went sideways, He ended up doing something horrible, whatever. I drove all the way out there to the affected area of Jade Helm. And Jade Helm was the best military operators. Now, I heard this from the boys on the ground, several of them, not all of them. The best Navy SEALs, the best Black Op guys, the best Army Rangers. These guys went through that entire area of Texas, New Mexico, parts of Colorado. I don't remember it off the top of my head. And what they were doing was trying to train AI and evade getting caught by AI. So they weren't using any weapons, nothing like that. They were just moving through the cities, moving through buildings, moving through the streets. And AI was using stoplight cameras, ATM cameras, security cameras, all the cameras everywhere, and balloons with satellite things hanging on them, because satellites aren't what you think they are at all. They run on balloons, helium. There's a reason NASA is the #1 consumer of helium on Earth. That was to train AI. That's how long they've been working on it. They wanted to be able to find and pinpoint one single person without having to deploy anything. Simply turn on an AI and say, find them. And this was like 14, 15 years ago. And AI had like a 67, 70% success rate. But the humans did outsmart it at the time. Now, not so much. Not so much. AI has actually grown by leaps and bounds. And I found myself, I just put up a new video on RFB2. What are we on right now? RFB 222 or whatever. I just put up a new video. It probably just went live right now, I think. At any rate, I started watching some of the videos that I did 13, 14 years ago. And it's crazy because we were talking about stuff that was coming and people are like, you guys are idiots. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And blah, 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 blah. Well, the beauty of it is I tied it all in because everything we were talking about is now reality. As crazy as it sounded back then, it's now nuts and bolts and circuits and evil spirits and demons, blah, blah, blah. Like it's all legit. It's all come to pass. So let me finish what I was talking about because terraforming, it hit me like a hammer, man. Now I get it completely. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry. This right here, the nonstop, never-ending wildfires. I mean, it's pretty sad that we have a map that's completely and constantly active showing wildfires. You know what I mean? But they're all over the place. We've got them over here in New Jersey. New Jersey, they had 3,200 plus acres burning out of control. And this just in, I don't know if anybody got the memo or not, but it's spring and winter comes before spring. In winter, it snows or it's just crappy weather in New England. That's how we roll. And then spring, it's raining. Do you see what I mean? But wildfires. Yeah, directed energy. Boeing makes them. It's out of the bag now. People don't believe it, directed energy. But I'll tell you what, somebody in my family that I don't know what this person knows, but I'll tell you what, they won't listen to anything I say because I'm younger than them. The other day, for some reason, they just blurted out that Los Angeles and who else? Hawaii got taken out by directed energy. I couldn't believe it. This is a Trump supporter to boot. I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy cow. And I said nothing. I didn't chase it because I didn't want them to go, oh my goodness. I just put a tinfoil hat on. The hats are made of aluminum foil, not tinfoil. Can't get tinfoil anymore, but on that, I will digress. But yeah, with all the fires and all the weather and burning down all the trees and killing absolutely everything, which kills me, man. I can't believe how bad the numbers of birds. You see that snowy owl right there? Where I live is one of the very few places they happen to stop on their migratory path from Antarctica to wherever. They stop on my island once every year, and I gotten killer footage of them. But fortunately, that won't be a problem anymore. I won't have to worry about going out there in the cold weather trying to film one of these amazing creatures because they're all dying off because chemtrailing, frequencies, all this unnatural activity, plus messing with the weather. They're destroying everything, and it's not just birds. It's not just people, but it's also, you already know the number one answer. The U.S. honeybee death rate hits record high as scientists try to scramble to find the cause. That's crazy, huh? That's crazy because 60%, more than half has been killed off and they're gone. And the shocking thing about that is, how many years ago did we show you the patents for robotic honeybees held by Walmart? Why would Walmart be holding the patent for robotic honeybees? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, what could go wrong with AI-powered honeybees? That's so totally natural. Like I told you, if you watch the new series of Black Mirror on Netflix, the very first one, they were talking about the woman getting the Neuralink because she had a problem with her head. And the funny thing is she couldn't go out a certain range like a cell phone with her Neuralink or her brain would shut off, which I thought was very telling, but whatever. But at the very beginning of the Netflix, the woman, the main character, is a school teacher, and she's just casually mentioning robotic honeybees as though it was the new reality. No big deal. It wasn't part of the series or anything. They were just putting a little bit of predictive programming. And then, as you see, predictive programming literally comes to life because without the bees, there are no people. Everything on this earth did not evolve in any way whatsoever at all. Go out and spend a week in the woods or in the mountains or in the desert or any place where people aren't. And you tell me those animals just sat out in the desert and held their breath till their feathers or their skin matches the ground and matches the terrain. Alligators just happen to look like one specific tree that falls in the water all the time that looks exactly like an alligator floating by, but it's a tree. Yeah, it's intelligent design. God's fingerprint is all over absolutely everything. And it pisses me off that people even say otherwise, but man, they sure do, man. It's incredible. I got to say, I did see one bee the other day out in the woods. One. So it's so sad, man. It's so sad because this was such a beautiful planet. And some of us actually saw some of the best part when we were kids. Super Dave 44. I remember him, man. Yeah, Elon Musk building them for Novatech. Yeah, his brother Kimball owns that drone company. I'm hip. Good call, Bill. Good call. Repent, man. I indeed repent. People got that word confused with forgiveness. Repent means tell God you're sorry for what you did, and then don't do it again. Turn away from your sin. A lot of people get that twisted. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying that because I'm just blathering pretty much. Had a lady come to buy. I need eggs, Angela. Bad. Yeah, we're out in Massachusetts where the eggs are suspect because who knows if they're Bill Gates special eggs. It even blows me away that with enough money, you can build a media campaign to turn a scumbag. Bill Gates was a professional scumbag. Everybody that worked with him when he was coming up in Microsoft knew he was a professional scumbag because just like Zuckerberg, they stole their ideas. I'm trying to not use my Boston accent, and you can hear me messing up sometimes. I'm not speaking any way different. I'm just trying not to drop my R's, except. Repent means to turn away. Indeed. But it amazes me that people like Bill Gates, who's just an absolute, he's not even a good human. I mean, look at him. He's a defect. He's defective. He looks like Kermit the Frog. You know what I mean? He can't sit there and do an interview without jumping around like some whack job. But people say he's a philanthropist. Yeah. So how is it that, I don't understand how people think. How is it that you make a computer that after all this time, Windows still sucks, the computers still get hit with a virus, and they never fix them ever because they get hit with a virus. But then he's going to give you one of these for a virus and people buy it. And how is it that I can, in fact, I'm in a unique position that I met 100,000 people face to face. What's up, Richie from Boston? Nice to meet you. Blah, blah, blah. That didn't do anything. No mask, no jab, no lockdown, no nothing. Massachusetts got locked down and I drove out and just kept on going. You guys saw where I went. You know what I mean? Nobody got sick. And to be perfectly and totally honest, probably going to jinx myself, but I'm going to say it. I haven't been sick one time. And if you recall, I was actually sick before. I had a cold. I was sick. Went to a medical doctor and he's like, yeah, you got to go on a list, brother, because some of your inside parts ain't working. You're going to need new ones. And I'm like, dude, I don't have insurance. I don't have money to do that. I found the Royal Rife machine and the proper frequencies. And here I am, as happy and shiny as I ever was. You know what I mean? And I got to tell you one thing. There's somebody selling a Royal Rife machine. Look it up if you don't know what it is. And they're calling it a Tesla. And I've had a couple of people hit me back, and it's not the same. It empties your pocket. It definitely takes 11 grand off you, but it's not legit. All right. If anybody wants to prove me wrong, I'll wait. But I saw. Yep, I'm all set. RFK, man of the people. As soon as he gets in, he flips it because that's what they all do because they're all playing the part. If he was a threat, he'd be gone. That's it. They're really good at getting rid of people, man. It's easy enough. Oh, they killed themselves. But this person's been shot twice in the back of the head. Yeah, that's what we mean. I mean, they really killed themselves. Shot themselves twice, dragged themselves out into the back of a car afterwards, drove themselves down the road, buried themselves. It's unbelievable. It's a clear case of suicide, you know? I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but whatever. It is what it is. What is up from Michigan? How long have I been on, man? Half an hour. Man, I can talk, huh? At any rate, all right, let me get to the next thing. Honeybees, birds. Check this out. Yeah. This right here comes from CERN. And they laughed at us and they called us all sorts of names and this, that, and the other thing. And we told you that it was CERN and D-Wave. D-Wave and CERN, hand in glove. First people to buy the D-Wave quantum computer the minute it came off the presses was NASA, CIA, and Jeff Bezos. Three corporations that are all about the people. You know what I mean? This book right here was never called Berenstain. It was Berenstein. It always was. And it changed. Because when you mess with the fabric of space-time, or whatever it's actually called, because we don't even know, if you want to be honest with yourself, we don't even know. It was Berenstein. Because if it was Berenstain when I was a little kid, I was a little boy. That would have been a joke. The word stain, that would be enough to set us off. We'd be giggling and making really rude jokes for a long time. And Morpheus now doesn't say, so I forget what it is. I don't know it off the top of my head, but Morpheus doesn't say what he said to Neo at the beginning. Luke, I am your father. I saw that on my 10th birthday in 1977 at the movie theater, and then saw it 400 times afterwards. Luke, I am your father. Come on, man. They've changed so many things. It's amazing. This right here, that's the kind of research when you've got time to kill and everything else isn't burning down or being manipulated around you. You see what I'm saying? I understand it. I get it. There were others here. Our history is a complete and utter lie. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's as far as I'm going with it. I don't have time for that because I'd never leave the house. And that's not how I'm living the last years of my life or the last months or whatever. I'm just not. So it is what it is. These guys, when I was listening to Geordie Rose talking about keeping the D-Wave quantum computer 1 degree above absolute zero, or as he said, as cold as outer space, it dawned on me why they're constantly blocking out the sun and then filling the sky with heavy metal, specifically heavy metal, barium, strontium, aluminum, and then whatever else they're spraying up there. But barium, strontium, and aluminum, I don't remember if you remember when I got it tested a decade ago, that's what it is. But trying to get anything tested now, somebody posted a meme on Facebook the other day, which I love. And they said, we just got this tested and there's all these different things in there. And I said, where's the analysis paper? Because these are just words you typed in. I didn't hear anything back. That's what I'm saying about memes. Memes are great, but don't make statements. Don't say things without leaving a link for it. Back up what you're saying because there's too many stupid people that kind of think they're awake that are messing around in our swimming pool. And then it makes everybody look dumb because they start running down the road with the absolute complete and utter false story that makes it onto YouTube and then TikTok and then Instagram. And then there you go. We have real things to worry about right now. And at this point, there's no turning this boat around. These guys can do whatever they want. Absolutely. Donald Trump's president again. And people think that's a good thing, even though the very first thing he did when he walked in the office is give $500 billion to the richest people on earth, right in front of everybody at the White House. Here you go. Don't worry about the roads. Don't worry about the economy. Don't worry about gas prices. Don't worry about groceries. Don't worry about anything because we're going to build a big fence around here and we're going to build this AI thing right out in the middle of Texas, right where we were building the largest Hadron Collider, CERN, right in Texas. It was going to be bigger than CERN. We were just about done. Most people don't remember this. And then we stopped. But oddly enough, we're putting this Operation Stargate directly dead nuts in the center of it. So A, it's probably done. B, maybe they found a real Stargate because we don't know. Saddam Hussein found them. That's why weapons of mass destruction. You know what I mean? These things are all over the place. Sexe woman, Puma Punku, all of them are opened by shamans using harmonies, frequencies. Harmonies, I believe. It's not exactly frequencies, but maybe they're the same. I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist because nobody is. There ain't no rockets, but I'll digress. At any rate, yeah, they're filling the sky, burning down all the trees. They're logging all the trees. And then, of course, you've got Bill Gates doing photosynthesis, which really gets me. I'd like to think that I take credit for that because how many videos did I make going, what are these guys talking about? This is simply photosynthesis. And then all of a sudden, Bill Gates comes out with this company right here called Graphite. Graphite, notice the cube in the background. And he says, we're using photosynthesis to fight all the CO2 that's in the atmosphere. So people are thinking, wow, he's using natural processes. Nope. Photosynthesis isn't taking trees and chopping them, throwing them into a wood chipper, compressing them down into literal blocks that you would use to start a fire at a campground. That's exactly all that is. But they slap the label photosynthesis on it, and we're good to go. And even Bill Gates got a little climate change tag down there. That's nice, right? That's good stuff. Look at that. See all these trees? Look at that. He's calling it CO2, which makes zero sense. That's not CO2 in any way whatsoever at all. That's the thing that God put on earth so that we could stay alive. And Bill and his pals are taking it all down right in front of everybody's eyes, and nobody seems to have an issue or a problem with it. It's all good. You know what I mean? We're in a crazy, crazy place. But between all the fires, all the frequencies, all the flooding, all the storms, all the tornadoes, and all the assholes like this guy cutting down trees and convincing people that somehow cutting down a tree is fighting carbon, and then somehow convincing people that carbon dioxide is bad, which is astonishing because they teach it in classes. People have literal degrees, master's degrees, bachelor's degrees in carbon dioxide is killing the earth. You've got a degree in something that a 5-year-old knows is wrong. Photosynthesis is simply humans exhale oxygen, trees inhale. Humans inhale oxygen, exhale carbon dioxide, a minimal amount. Trees absorb the carbon dioxide and turn it into oxygen, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. But now apparently photosynthesis is chopping down trees and turning them into fire starters, and all is well. And we just keep moving along. No big deal. Nothing to see here, folks. It's the new science, ladies and gentlemen. It's the new science. So it's unbelievable. Hey, check this out. I don't think I've even mentioned this. Maybe I have. A buddy of mine owns this shop. When I say a buddy of mine, I mean like Keith from Many Fish, who I showed you the, where is it? The Block-It Pockets. These things that you put your cell phone in. His wife literally hand stitches these, and these are serious. I wish she would make me a backpack, but she makes these for laptops, tablets, etc. It's called blockitpocket.com. I make nothing from that. I have no affiliation with Keith, but I'm doing it because I have a platform and he's a friend of mine. Also, and people say, well, if he's a friend of yours, you're affiliated. That's not what I'm saying, douche. Affiliated means I make nothing. I'm not part of the company. I don't have an affiliate link. I'm doing somebody a solid. Same thing I'm doing right here. If I can actually open it, can I? There it is. You see these things? My buddy owns Off Grid Trek, and he makes the best solar panels on earth. He used to work for the military. Now he works for himself, and he's up in Canada. And the poor bastard's trying to keep himself alive and his family, but now the tariffs are coming. The tariffs are coming. This thing is an animal. It's a 2048 watt hour lithium power pack, $699, shipped to your door, no sales tax. And not only is it almost 600 or 700 cheaper than every other company that makes them, this one is non-Wi-Fi, so it can't be hacked or it can't be taken out remotely. You see what I mean? Freedom 20. Just type that in. There's no link necessary. Just go to his website, type it in, and he'll send it to you. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. I met him about 7 years ago at an overland thing. And when I saw the technology he had for solar panels, I couldn't believe it. Everybody else is buying these big glass solar panels that you have to fold up and you keep them in your truck, and there's a good chance you're going to break them. He has the literal military ones that put out 48 volts, which can literally actually help you. A regular solar panel trickles out 12 volts. So you have to have 3-4 solid sunny days in a row. His solar panels, 4 hours, and my truck's charged, which is sick. And he sells these as well. So there it is. Buy one or don't. But I got one. Add them to your collection because they will knock out the power. They have to. And as a matter of fact, apparently tonight, from 10 o'clock tonight till tomorrow morning, our power on our island is getting shut off. Completely shut off. And nobody has an issue with that. So our refrigerators, freezers will be down for 10 hours? Nah, no big deal. That's totally normal. Totally normal. So whatever. $6.99, no tax. No tax. Yeah, he's the man. It's a good shop. He's a good guy. Nothing over there is cheap because everything he makes is made in Canada. Nothing is Hensho in China that he manufactures. Okay? And it's all absolutely top of the line stuff. I mean, no affiliation. Don't even know how to say his name right. I think it's Renee, but whatever. At any rate, and I wish I could send you one, Anna, but I can't. I can't ship it to Ireland. I'd have to send it ground. You know what I mean? You love my voice. Everybody breaks my balls about my voice. I don't know, dude. I've been off YouTube 5 years. How am I going to tell you what other YouTubers are doing? I haven't, you know what I mean? Seriously, you're killing me. It's a very, very good deal. I have a Blue Yeti. I have an EcoFlow, and now I have this, and I don't know what it's called. I don't know how to say the name. I know what it's called. You tell me what it's called. Aferi? I don't know what it's called. It's called that. But it is pretty badass. It's got tons of lights, tons of plugs on the side, high-speed plugs in the front, no Wi-Fi, 2 12-volt ports, and you can charge it with off the wall and solar at the same time. It's a very, very good setup. It weighs about 40 pounds. It's no joke. It's a lot of juice. It's a lot of juice. I didn't say Jews. That would be racist. I can't paste the link. I'll paste it after the video. How's that? I can't paste the link. I'll end up crashing the whole live stream. It's been a long time. I'm just doing this for practice right now. I'm not doing it for practice. That's not completely accurate. I did have a point. But they're burning everything in. It's all now that the UK has come out and said that they're going to spray, and they're calling it Operation Satan. I mean, they really, really, really are. I double checked that because I didn't want it to come back on me. Like, you idiot, that was a meme. It's not. MIT, everybody, that's what they're calling it. Why would you call it Satan? Why is it the Lucifer telescope? Why is everything at CERN named after an ancient lowercase g god that was bad? Because they're doing what they're doing, man. And now that they're coming out saying they're going to spray the sky, people in England already didn't have the sun anyway. So what are you going to spray? What's all the extra spraying for? And it's picked up here exponentially. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't slowed down whatsoever at all. And I'm assuming that combined with messing with natural weather patterns and the Dopplers always being lit up is killing off everything. We need birds and bees, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I shouldn't even have to say that. I can't even believe that's where we're at right now. At any rate, if you want to watch a good video, I just put this place has a curse that has reached the 4 corners of the earth. And right in the beginning of my video is a Mandela effect. I didn't even notice. See it right here? Not the girl, the VW. You see that? 666, but that's also a Mandela effect, and that's actually proving it false right there. So there's that. It's a good video. It's very, very, it's actually a conspiratorial video, but when I made it, I was trying to keep it a little light so that people didn't freak out on Jailbreak, but it is what it is at this point. I see you, Stuart. I see you asking the same thing. And I'll say again, I've been off YouTube for 5 years, so how do I know where everybody else is doing? Dude, seriously. Catch up, man. Are you guys still, you're not still having ice in Michigan now, though, right? No, they've had, dude, 10 years ago, I made videos because Walmart already had a patent for AI-powered robot drone bees. So, yes, they have them. They're not doing this by accident. Everything is a plan, man. Everything. And, well, there is no rapture. So they can fake it if they want, but anybody that knows the Bible won't fall for it because there's no rapture in the Bible. Calling us up into the clouds is not a rapture. Nobody gets saved. We will go through the tribulations if we're still here, man. At any rate. All right, it's been 45 minutes and they are shutting our power down. It's crazy. It's like being in jail. Oh, we're going to shut your power down. Okay. Well, okay, cool. Hey, there's terrorists everywhere. Quickly, give us your AR-15s. Okay, sure. Here you go. That's where I live. Little California. At any rate. Exactly. Coming soon. At all. People hate hearing that, man. They hate hearing it. I always thought it was real until I actually studied, and that's not. There is not. There is not. Bingo. I just got invited to speak at a very large event down in Kentucky. And it's Now You See TV and Dan Benedondi. I can't say his last name right. I'll probably wait. I'll show you the website in a video or something. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. I don't know. Dude, I was gone for 18 months. I just keep waiting and waiting. I got to go home at some point. You know what I mean? I live here. I'm lying. Okay. There you go. There you go. Hector caught me. I'm like, thank you. Well, yes. That dude. Him and Now You See TV. So, has the Potter's Clay been uploading at all recently that anybody's noticed? I love this channel, man. Yeah, that's what I've been told. That's what I've been told. At any rate, not a problem. But when I saw Geordie Rose talking about keeping the D wave colder than outer space, it all made sense. Whatever's coming onto this earth that's going to make men's hearts fail from fear cannot breathe the same air, and they can't live in God's creation, which is why they're literally and rapidly destroying it all around us. I've never seen so much in-your-face activity since the beginning of January this year. It's just been nonstop, never-ending. We had a hurricane go 300 miles inland and then 2,200 miles up. 2,200 feet up. Yeah, hurricanes don't do that. You know how I know? Because the ocean's right there, right outside my window. I've lived around hurricanes my entire life, and they don't come inland. I live on the ocean. 300, 400 miles inland and then 2,200 miles up. Doesn't happen. Does not happen. I've never seen as much activity as I've seen this year, nonstop with a bang, right off the rip, first day of the year. No pun intended. Boom. It's crazy, man. I've been on YouTube since 2012. 2012. Oh yeah, when your channels keep getting taken down, it ruins the timeline. But I do have a secret channel that what's the name of it? I can't live stream unless I'm on Google Chrome. I don't use Google Chrome. I use Firefox. Can't use StreamYard on it for whatever reason. So none of my bookmarks are here, but I have a website called Alt Censored something. I'll let you know, brother. I'll let you know. Alt censored something, and all my videos were on there. I didn't put them there. There's a lot of sites that automatically upload my videos from YouTube onto like BitChute, Odyssey, etc. So it is what it is. All right, guys. Richie from Boston. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tell you what, it's funny that after the vaccine came out, a lot of people that were truthers stopped making videos. Like they had a guilty conscience. Like hard to talk about the truth and God and such when you had to take the vaccine. You know what I mean? I'll leave it at that. Richie from Boston, and I'm out.